Madalyn Zamora, and we're going to be talking about stabilizing donations at the Lobo Food Pantry. So, the background story of the Lobo Food Pantry is one of the University of New Mexico's advocacy centers. The Lobo Respect, one to be specific, created this Lobo Food Pantry back in 2014. This pantry was designed to contain free canned food, dry foods, and personal hygiene products. They also have clothes. You're able to apply through SNAP through the help of the faculty or the volunteer students that work there. But mainly, the Lobo Respect Advocacy Center saw that the students who came for help also needed help, and also saw that they had food insecurity problems, so they were able to create and form this pantry. A free at cost for the faculty. It wasn't a big cost to create this. It was also put together by the Basic Needs Project. But with that being said, of this being created free, all the donations are needed to be free and from the public. This causes to have limited food amounts and not always the same donated food, because not everyone is the same person from last week or 2 weeks ago that donated, so we're not going to get the same stuff. Also, the pantry is open Monday through Thursday, but sometimes students come in Wednesday for the first time or for the first time that week, and they see that they don't have a lot of options to pick from. This is a problem for the Lobo Food Pantry. We should have options for everyone on every day, and kind of like the same options every day for new students, the recurring students, whenever. So the food pantry is always stocked and open on Mondays, but getting close to like Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see that the pantry is not stocked anymore. Like, it's very limited. There's not a lot of good options, and this causes for students to walk out empty-handed. And I have actually been through this problem as well. I use the Lobo Food Pantry quite often, and if I don't go there on Mondays, then there's not a lot of options for me to pick from that I personally like to use. So if I always try to be there on Monday, like in the mornings, because that's when they're restocked and not a lot of students have came by just yet. But if I go to the pantry on Wednesdays, I will see a major difference in the stock that they have. So here you can see I was able to go to the Lobo Food Pantry and take pictures. Here is food stock on Monday. There's the first time I've seen watermelons, but there's carrots, there's a lot of canned goods, yogurts, even zucchinis and spinach on Monday. But I walk in on Wednesday and not even all of that is there. There's no watermelons, no carrots, no zucchini. And even if there was zucchini, it was very bad and ugly. It didn't look appealing to take. So, I didn't take it. But yeah, the only stock they have is box mashed potatoes. But who's really gonna eat like a lot of mashed potatoes? So you can really see, yes, we do get a lot of food, but with the amount of students coming, the increased amount of students coming, it is just not enough, and we should be able to have a stable amount for students who have this problem with food insecurity. The steps to improve the stabilization in the pantry is: step 1, to contact different local Smith's grocery stores in the area, so we can talk to the managers and see what we can exchange, like what services we can exchange to get free donations, or what are they just willing to give us or donate us, and we can use them as a resource and a recurring resource for a long time. A second step to improve stabilization is creating advertisements for jumbotrons for the home games, like the pit, so the basketball games, the football games, etc. These are just examples where we can use the jumbotron to have a QR code put up, or just even a little bit of information saying, hey, donate to the local food pantry here. We are accepting donations, please donate, and that will help us. Step 3 is reusing these Jumbotron flyers digitally and being able to post them on social media. So we can use 3 or 4 and post them and have other advocacy centers or UNM event centers repost our social media posts, and more awareness is spread through that. And the 4th step is printing. So we could also print out these QR codes and flyers and post them around the sub, around the campus, bulletin boards, everywhere, and just get more awareness. And so with these steps being implemented, the costs are quite low, just a little bit. It's not a huge project that needs to be start up, but to use Canva, we do need to have a subscription, and that is $120 for the full year. We could, do it increments or smaller, but I think just purchasing the full year will maximize our money. We will also have to buy a donation link for the website, for the Lower Respect website, and that is also a flat subscription fee. They also take a % rate out of the donations, and some only 10 to 50 cents off of every donation you make. So yes, it does tally up a little bit of what's taken off of the donations, but quite frankly, if we are making donations that are bigger amounts, we will retain most of that money. And third is paper and ink. I worked at the Women's Resource Center, so I know, some of the advocacy centers have a budget and they already have bulk amounts of paper and ink, so they're good to go to print. And even then, if we had to really print, we could use the free resources on campus to print the flyers and QR codes that we need. So print paper and ink is not a huge cost. That's why I put it third. But yes, we do have these costs, and this is around probably less than $200 for the full year. It's just mostly the subscription fee for the Canva website and the donation. So the benefits of the proposal is UNM students who face food scarcity will start to have a free stable way of getting groceries and a constant frequent way of getting groceries for free. More students will feel comfortable in coming into the pantry to find food help or even just more additional help. The Lobo Food Pantry will have created awareness of the resource and will gain more free donations from new donors, having more awareness put onto them and more new donors that can benefit the students and anyone who uses this pantry. Future of the Lobo Food Pantry. So the food amount of the pantry will continue to increase from either public donations or from the local grocery store. The % rate of college students who have food insecurity in New Mexico will slowly start to decline, and that is the biggest thing that I bet anyone in the Basic Needs Project or at UNM would like to see, is that food insecurity rate for college students to drop. We would want to see more students eating and having more nutrients and benefits so they can overall get a higher education and not struggle and suffer so much, with thinking about where to get their next meal. And then the overall benefits of stabilizing more food in the Lobo Food Pantry is making sure Monday through Thursday, there are still a lot of food options to pick from for all students who come in on any of those days. So it's not just like there's bread on Mondays and there's only bread on Mondays, and Wednesdays you can't get any of that. You can only get box mashed potatoes or canned corn. So it's like we're able to balance and ration out all of our food for all of our students. And that is my feasibility project, and thank you so much.